Although it seemed impossible until recently, what if we tell you that there's a chance of a return to the world of a Black Widow? Nothing is over in the superhero world, and the Black Widow franchise is much more than just Natasha Romanoff's superhero name. So stay with us until the end, as we have some really great news to share with you.
Today's the day.
Yay!
All right, let's go.
Recap. The first Natasha Romanoff solo movie was in fact a prequel that covers the period in MCU between Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War. This was an opportunity for the audience to spend more time with a multi-skilled spy, Natasha, before she makes a huge sacrifice in Avengers Endgame. The movie creators and the cast, but especially the MCU fans, were extremely happy with how the movie turned out in the end. But unfortunately, this might be all for Scarlett Johansson's epic character, and the fans were devastated when they heard her last statement for comic book. Honestly, I feel like it feels great to leave a party when it's still raging, and I think that this film feels very much like it's alive and fresh and powerful, and I feel really pleased with it. It's bittersweet to say goodbye, but if you love something, you need to set it free, said the actress. Watching Natasha lead her own is cause enough for celebration, and after a decade of playing second fiddle to all the men around her, Black Widow fills in fact all the blanks from previous MCU appearances. Natasha's solo venture is filled with brutal hand-to-hand combat scenes, and it's a high-octane, intense adventure, but also with a fair share of laugh-out-loud moments. Okay, in short, what this movie is about. So, back in 1995, Natasha lived happily together with her younger sister and her foster parents. One night, her dad glumly came home and urged the family to leave the house as soon as they could. The mother quickly led the two daughters to pack up and rush out for departure. When all was ready, the family took Dad's car to a hidden gateway plane. As soon as they got there, they were surrounded by many police vehicles. Her dad opened fire on the police and instructed the rest to take off the plane. Despite many hindrances, they eventually managed to escape. They steal S.H.I.E.L.D. intel and escape to Cuba, but General Dreykov, their boss, has Natasha and Yelena taken to the Red Room for training. It has already been revealed that their mom and dad were Russian undercover spies sent to the US for duty. Adopting Natasha and Yelena was part of their plan to masquerade themselves as harmless US citizens. Natasha has become a trained killer in the Russian Agent Training Institute, the place where many other homeless girls are imprisoned. Fast in both her thoughts and movements, she became an all-rounded agent and never fails any given mission. She leaves the Red Room and joins the Avengers instead. Since then, she had to run away and hide from the killers. The movie reveals that the Budapest mission is when Barton and Natasha worked together to bring down the Red Room and General Dreykov. Not only was this a personal act of revenge for her, but it was the final move for her decision from the KGB to S.H.I.E.L.D. Natasha has saved the world many times. She even gave her life for the greater good. But there is something even more in this story. Freeing an entire generation of young women with stolen lives was a way for Natasha to heal her own heart. Black Widow made Natasha into a fully realized, three-dimensional human character, not only making her a much-deserved lead instead of merely a supporting character.
Weapons with no face that he can just throw away. Because there is always more.
Release date. Before Yelena leaves with the Widow, she and her sister share a heartbreaking goodbye. She aboards the plane with the Widows and finally becomes a part of an actual family. At this point, for us, this is a huge emotional punch. We know that this was their last goodbye. This goodbye is an important moment. It's not just Scarlett Johansson saying goodbye to her character. It's also her saying goodbye to the MCU and also to us. This was the moment when we started to doubt whether there will be another Black Widow on the screens, but as we said before, Black Widow isn't just one character, and we promise you good news, so here they are. We know that the first movie arrived on the screens after numerous delays. The first movie has definitely set up Yelena's appearance in Hawkeye, and knowing that Scarlett is done with the MCU, we can expect to see Florence Pugh as the lead actress this time. She adopted the codename Black Widow after all. Talking to Radio Times, the director Cate Shortland said, "I think Scarlett is really happy that she's leaving the party, and she's not the last to leave. She decided she wanted to go, and I don't think she would want to come back at the moment. I mean, all the beautiful fights and the spectacle, and I think just creating something really fun and joyous is pretty addictive. So yeah, I would do it again." There's no official release date as of yet, but we can expect something pretty soon.
I was the chore, the job you didn't want to do. To me?
Cast. When we talk about the cast list in the possible Black Widow 2 movie, we can confirm two things. Scarlett Johansson is definitely not coming back, and Florence Pugh will definitely be the new main protagonist. Even from every Shortland's statement so far, we can sense that Florence will be the new lead actress, and to be honest, we can't imagine anyone other than Yelena. If you get asked to be in a Marvel film, and it was so thrilling and fun and exciting to be in, then of course your head goes, "Oh my god, if this is what it's like, then what else is next?" said the actress herself, and isn't this enough people? Other than Scarlett and Florence, we can't confirm anything else, but it's very unlikely that Ray Winstone's Dreykov will appear in the sequel. When it comes to David Harbour's Red Guardian and Rachel Weisz's Melena, there is not enough information, so let's hope for their return.
Don't tell me to stop!
If I don't tell you when to stop, then how will you know when to shut up?
Plot details. We love Natasha Romanoff as a character, but let's be real, was Black Widow really about giving Natasha Romanoff a solo movie, or was it just to set up Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova in the MCU? Yelena didn't just steal the show, she stole everything. The sets, the cameras, the props, perhaps even Kevin Feige's producer chair. And we must admit, we absolutely loved it. She got a welcome from the MCU fans as nobody ever before. Florence Pugh put on a real acting clinic for a Marvel movie and went through all her emotions at the dinner table. Well, this shows enough about her acting abilities. With the way the first movie ended, there's only one logical path for a sequel to take, and that is to put Yelena in the first plan. So if the sequel ever gets a green light, the story will definitely follow Yelena and the rest of the widows while they're trying to establish a new free life away from Dreykov. Since there's no official information from the actors, producers, or directors, the only thing that we can share with you now is the rumors and the theories about the plot of the sequel. There were many crazy fan theories before the first movie was released, and there are many of them now. From those who were claiming that the first movie was actually Natasha's life flashing before her eyes while she falls from the cliff in Avengers, to the life review theory and Natasha's time travel. Whatever it is, we really hope to see another Black Widow movie. The sooner, the better.
I should have come back for you.
You don't have to say that. It's okay.
It was real to me too.
On a related note, set us down in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Yelena as a lead character? Do you think that Natasha's return is possible? What are your expectations and what are your theories? Which characters that haven't been mentioned should appear? And what are your suggestions? If you liked the video, like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll never miss our next videos. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.